Man, what if I told you a 30-year-old sedan could smoke half the luxury cars rolling off lots in 2025? Yeah, I'm talking about the Lexus LS400, the OG game changer that had Mercedes and BMW sweating in their loafers back in '89. Stick with me, because we're diving into 10 LS400s that still run circles around today's high-dollar rides. And I'm saving the wildest one, million-mile legend, for the end. Buckle up. This is gonna be a hell of a ride. Welcome to Gearhead Gospel, where we live for the smell of burnt rubber and the roar of a V8. This ain't about spec sheets or polished brochures. It's about cars with soul, stories that rev your heart, and machines that refuse to quit. The Lexus LS400, it's the ultimate underdog, a Japanese upstart that rewrote the luxury rulebook. Let's roll through 10 of these beasts that prove you don't need a 2025 price tag to dominate the road. First up, the 1990 LS400, the one that started it all. Toyota dropped $1 billion year, $1 billion to build a car that could outclass the Germans. Picture this, a 4.0-liter V8, smooth as whiskey, pumping out 250 horsepower when most luxury sedans were choking on their own egos. It was so quiet you could hear a pin drop at 60 miles per hour, and that famous commercial with the champagne glasses stacked on the hood, no gimmick. They ran it at 145 miles per hour on a dyno, and not a single glass tipped over. That's engineering, that slaps, compared to a 2025 Mercedes S-Class with its bloated tech and touchscreen overload. The LS400's analog charm feels like a warm hug from an old friend. It's reliable. Some of these are still cruising with original engines, while new luxury cars are back at the dealer for software glitches. Number 2, the 1993 LS400 with the air suspension option. This thing rode like you were floating on a cloud, but it wasn't just about comfort. That V8 had enough grunt to embarrass sports cars of the era. I heard a story from a buddy who raced one against a '93 Mustang Cobra. The Mustang driver laughed until the LS400 left him in the dust. Today's luxury SUVs, like the 2025 BMW X7, might have adaptive dampers, but they're hauling to tons of weight. The LS400 lighter, nimbler, and still turns heads at car meets. Third, the 1995 LS400, the facelift model. Lexus tweaked the styling, sharpened the suspension, and made it even quieter. This one's a sleeper, looks like your grandpa's car, but it'll hit 60 in under 8 seconds. Compare that to a 2025 Audi A8, which feels like a computer on wheels. The Audi's got power, sure, but it's so disconnected, you might as well be playing a racing sim. The LS400 makes you feel the road, not just monitor it. Number 4, a 1997 LS400 modified for VIP style. You've seen these on Instagram's lammed to the ground, wide fenders, and 20-inch rims that scream attitude. Back in Japan, the LS400 or Toyota Celsior was the king of the VIP scene, blending luxury with street cred. A buddy of mine built one with a custom exhaust that growled like a muscle car. Park it next to a 2025 Genesis G90, and the Genesis looks like it's trying too hard. The LS400's slab-sided design, timeless, like a tailored suit. Fifth, the 1998 LS400 with the updated V8. Lexus bumped the power to 290 horses. And this thing could hang with early 2000s sports sedans. It's got that old-school, overbuilt quality, like a bank vault on wheels. A guy I know bought one with 300,000 miles for $3,000, and it's still his daily driver. Try that with a 2025 Range Rover. Good luck without a second mortgage for repairs. 6. A 1999 LS400 drift car. Yeah, you heard Medrift car. Some mad lads swap in a manual transmission and a turbo, turning these sedans into 700 horsepower monsters. There's a video on YouTube of one tearing up a track, sliding like it was born for it. Meanwhile, 2025 luxury cars are so loaded with nanny lane assist, traction control you can barely sneeze without the car intervening. The LS400, it's raw, real, and ready to play. 7th, the 2000 LS400, the last of the second gen. This one's the refined King Better sound insulation, slicker interior, and a ride so smooth you'd think you're in a Rolls-Royce. A friend's dad had one he swore was quieter than his 2023 Cadillac Escalade, and with proper care, these things hit 500,000 miles like it's nothing. That's not a car. That's a legacy. 8th, a 1996 LS400, owned by a retired engineer who babies it like a classic Ferrari. These are the ones you find on Bring a Trailer, with 80,000 miles and service records thicker than a phone book. They go for $20,000 sometimes, and they're worth every penny. Compare that to a 2025 Lexus LS500, which is nice but feels like a tech demo. The old LS400 is a driver's car, not a gadget showcase. But 9th, the 1994 LS400 that became a rider. Picture it. Hydraulic suspension, chrome everywhere, and a paint job that pops like candy. These cars have soul, and the lowrider scene embraced them for their smooth ride and bulletproof build. A 2025 Bentley Flying Spur might turn heads, but it's got no story like an LS400 bouncing down the boulevard. And now, the one I promised, the million-mile LS400, Matt Ferrer, an automotive journalist, documented his 1996 model hitting 1 million miles. 1 million miles. Original engine, just routine maintenance and one exhaust fix. That's not a car. That's a middle finger to planned obsolescence. Park it next to a 2025 Tesla Model S Plaid with its fancy screens and battery anxiety. The Tesla's fast, sure, but will it see 1 million miles? Not a chance. The LS400's secret sauce. Toyota's obsession with perfection. They built it at the Tahara plant, where they used laser welding and hand-checked every panel. It was a $1 billion bet that paid off, making German brands rethink their game. Mercedes even downsized the S-Class in 2000 to compete. But here's the kicker. The LS400 isn't just a relic. It's a reminder that luxury docenti need 50 computers or a $100,000 price tag. It's about soul, durability, and driving joy. So here's the big question. Why do we keep chasing overpriced, overcomplicated new cars when legends like the LS400 still exist? They're out there waiting for someone to love them. Find one, drive it, and feel what luxury used to mean. If this got your motor running, smash that like button, share it with your car buddies, and subscribe to Gearhead Gospel for more stories that keep the rubber burning. What's your dream LS400 story? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading every one.